At first, it just felt like a normal session. Same place, same routine, nothing unusual. But then small things started happening, things that didn't make sense. And the worst part is, when there's no one else around, there's no one to help. These are 3 gym stories that felt a little too real. Story 1, the last person there. I started going gym late because it was quieter. Less people, less waiting, just me and the weights. Most nights, it was peaceful. A few regulars here and there. But after midnight, it was usually empty. Or at least, that's what I thought. That night, I got there around 12:30. The parking lot was almost empty. Only one other car. I didn't think much of it. Someone else training late. Normal. I walked in, scanned my card. The place felt quiet. Too quiet. No music. No movement. Just the hum of the machines. I looked around. No one in sight. I frowned slightly. Maybe they were in another section. I dropped my bag. Started my workout. Everything felt normal at first. Weights. Sets. Breaks. Then I noticed something. The mirrors. There was a mirror behind me. And every now and then, I'd catch something. Movement. Far behind. But when I turned, nothing. Empty space. I told myself it was just reflections. Angles. Gym mirrors can be weird. So I ignored it. Kept going. After a while, I moved to another area. Further into the gym. That's when I heard it. A sound. Metal. Like weights being moved. I froze slightly. Listened. Another sound. Clear this time. Someone was there. I turned around. Hello. I called out. No response. Just silence. I walked toward the sound. Slowly. Checking each section. Nothing. No one there. But I knew I heard it. I stood still. Listening. Then, a loud drop. Weights hitting the floor. From the other side of the gym, I spun around. My heart started beating faster. That wasn't imagination. That was real. I walked toward it again. This time faster. But when I got there, nothing. Everything in place. No one around. I felt that uneasy feeling creeping in now. Like I wasn't alone anymore. Even though I couldn't see anyone. I grabbed my phone. Checked the time. 12:58 a.m. Then I noticed something else. The lights. One section of the gym was darker than the rest. Like the lights weren't fully on. I stared at it. And that's when I saw it. In the mirror. A figure. Standing in that dark section. Still. Watching. My chest tightened instantly. I turned around. Nothing. Empty. I looked back at the mirror. Still there. Same position. Not moving. I felt my hands go cold. Because it wasn't disappearing when I looked. It was only visible in the mirror. I stepped back slowly. The figure didn't move. Didn't react. Just stood there. Watching. Then, it moved. One step forward. In the mirror. Not in real life. I turned again. Nothing. But in the mirror. It was closer. I didn't wait. I grabbed my bag. Walked quickly toward the exit. Trying not to look back. Then I heard it. Footsteps. Behind me. Real footsteps. I froze for a second. Then kept walking. Faster now. The footsteps followed. Matching my pace. I reached the door. Pushed it open. Stepped outside. And the footsteps stopped. Just like that. I turned around. The gym was empty. Completely. No one there. The next day, I asked the staff, was anyone else in there last night? They checked. Then shook their head. No, they said. You were the last person to scan in. My chest tightened. What about the other car? I asked. They frowned. What car? There was one outside. They looked confused. There weren't any other cars. I didn't go back late after that. because I don't know what I saw in that mirror, or why it only showed up when I couldn't see it directly. Story 2. The reflection that wasn't mine. I only started noticing it after a few weeks. Same gym, same time, late. I liked going when it was quiet. Less people, less distractions, just me. Or at least, that's what I thought. There was a long wall of mirrors in the free weights area. You couldn't avoid them. Every movement, every set. You saw everything. At first, nothing felt off. Just normal reflections. Until one night, I caught something. Out of sync. I was doing a set of dumbbell presses. Slow. Controlled. I pushed the weights up, then lowered them. But in the mirror, my arms were still raised. I froze. The weights dropped slightly in my hands. I looked properly, and everything matched again. Perfectly. I frowned. That didn't make sense. Maybe I just blinked at the wrong time, or my brain lagged for a second. So I ignored it. Kept going. Finished my set. Took a step back. Looked at myself in the mirror. Everything normal. Exactly how it should be. I shook it off. Moved to another exercise. Tried not to think about it. But later that night, it happened again. I was walking past the mirror, not even looking directly at it. Just in my peripheral vision, I saw myself stop, even though I was still walking. My chest tightened instantly. I turned my head, and the reflection caught up. Perfectly normal again. Like nothing happened. I stood there, staring at it. Something wasn't right. That feeling started creeping in. Like I wasn't seeing myself anymore. Like something else was there. I stepped closer to the mirror. Slowly. Watched my reflection carefully. Moved my hand. It moved with me. Normal. I leaned in slightly. Still normal. I let out a breath. Just tired, I said to myself. But deep down, I knew it wasn't that. I decided to leave it. Finish my workout. Go home. But then, I made a mistake. I looked at the mirror. Without moving. Just standing still. And for a second, my reflection smiled. My chest tightened instantly. Because I didn't. I hadn't moved. Hadn't changed expression. But in the mirror, it was smiling. Slightly. Just enough to notice. I stepped back immediately. And the reflection snapped back to normal. Same face. Same expression. Like nothing happened. My heart was racing now. I didn't want to be there anymore. But I couldn't stop looking. Something about it pulled my attention back. I stared at the mirror again, trying to catch it, trying to see if it would happen again. Then, it moved first. Before I did, just slightly, a small shift of the head, out of sync. I stepped back again, and this time, it didn't fully match me. There was a delay, a split second, but enough to know that wasn't my reflection. I grabbed my things, turned away, started walking toward the exit. Fast. I didn't look back. Couldn't. But I felt it. That feeling. Like I was still being watched. From behind. From the mirror. As I reached the door, I made one mistake. I glanced back. Just for a second. And what I saw didn't match. The mirror still showed me standing there. Right where I had been. Not moving. Facing forward. Watching me leave. I got out of there. Didn't stop. Didn't go back that night. Or the next. I still go gym. Just not that one. Because I don't know what that reflection was. Or why it stayed behind. When I left. Story 3. The locker that was already open. I don't usually use the lockers. I'm in and out. Quick sessions. But that night was different. It was late. Past midnight. And I had a bag with me. So I decided to use one. The locker room was empty. Completely. No voices. No movement. Just that quiet echo. I walked in. The lights flickered slightly, then stayed on. Rows of lockers, all closed, except one. Near the end, door slightly open. I noticed it straight away. It didn't feel normal. I slowed down, looked around. No one there, just that one locker, half open. I told myself it was nothing. Someone probably forgot to shut it. So I kept walking, picked a different locker, closer to the entrance, put my bag inside, locked it, turned around, and glanced back. The open locker was still there. Same position, same gap. Something about it bothered me, like it was just waiting. I shook it off, went back out, started my workout, tried to forget about it. About 40 minutes passed. Everything felt normal again. I finished up, went back to the locker room. As soon as I walked in, I stopped. The open locker was closed, fully closed. My chest tightened slightly. I hadn't seen anyone go in. No one had come out. The place was empty. I was sure of it. I stood there for a second, looking at it. Then I heard it, a faint sound, from inside the locker. Like something shifting, very slight, but clear. I froze, listened. Silence. I took a step back, heart starting to beat faster. That didn't make sense. There shouldn't be anything inside. Then, a soft knock, from inside. I felt my chest tighten instantly. I didn't move, didn't breathe properly. Another knock. Slow, deliberate. I grabbed my bag, didn't even open my locker properly. Just yanked it out, stepped back toward the door. Then, the locker door handle started to move. Slowly, like someone was trying to open it. From the inside. I didn't wait. I turned and left. Fast. Pushed through the door. Didn't look back. Got out of the gym. Into the car. Locked the doors. Sat there, trying to breathe. I told myself it was nothing. Just noise. Metal shifting. That's all. But then, I noticed something. Through the glass doors of the gym, the locker room entrance was visible. And standing there, just inside the doorway, was someone. Still, watching. I couldn't see their face. Just a shape. Standing there, exactly where no one should have been. I drove off. Didn't go back. Not at that time. Not to that gym. Because I don't know what was inside that locker. Or how it got out. Without anyone opening the door. Not everything you see is just a reflection. Some things stay behind. Watching. If one of these did, you already know which one. There are more stories like this on my channel. If you're willing to keep going, subscribe if you think you can handle the next one. I'll see you again. If you're still paying attention.